Hey guys, CryptoClover here. I am at Central Park here in Vietnam. It's a pretty cool little complex. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little peek. This is the tallest building in Saigon. They're building it along with this whole complex. Whole thing's under construction. So it's a cool little project here in this nice little cafe next door. Wanted to talk about a couple of different things. I came across an interesting video. I was watching Crypto, and he had been approached by a company who was doing some influencer projects on crypto people, and I thought it was kind of interesting to kind of get his take on some of that. Crypto is a guy that has been in the space. It's been one of the guys that's been in the space the longest, and so I think that he has a certain level of respect amongst the people in the crypto community. He knows what he's talking about, and he provides a lot of value. I don't watch him all the time. Some of his videos, especially some of the longer videos, can be a little bit difficult for me to really kind of tune into all the time. And some of the stuff that he's talking about is like, it appeals, I guess, to a certain audience, and so but he can get really technical at times, and so I think it's kind of interesting to see some of his perspectives on certain things. But he was approached by this crypto influencers company, and so this is what I'll show you guys here. This is crypto influencers, and so what they're doing is that they are trying to rank crypto personalities, people doing crypto videos. They've got a Telegram group here, and they're giving kind of like rankings to people that are producing content in the space. Now, the first kind of red flag for me was seeing, Doug Polk as high as he is. Now, Doug Polk's an interesting character. He's got, a very large following now, and is a guy that really just kind of came on the scene really just a few months ago, and has really kind of blown up his channel, and has done some different things. But to have, as you can see here, you have Doug Polk as second, and even Superman as high as he is, and they also have a section of spam influencers. So you can kind of see here, so you can kind of go through the spam influencers, and a lot of these guys are BitConnect people. I would say about half of these people are former BitConnect people. So surprise, surprise, they got me on there, and I thought it was kind of interesting to see, some of the different personalities and kind of rankings. Now, a lot of these people I don't even know, and so I think that there's some value to put into some of these projects where you're giving a little bit of perspective on some of these different people in the space. And so, like, going through a lot of these people, like when I was kind of going through it when I was first taking a look, there were several people I didn't know, and so I haven't had a chance to really kind of go through it and kind of give my take and my perspective on some of these guys that are in the space or doing cryptocurrency videos. But there's a lot of people here that I'm gonna start doing some more research on and checking out. So there's definitely a lot of value in kind of bringing to light the people that are in the space, people that are doing videos, people that maybe have a following or whatnot. I would disagree with the rankings. Like that was what I was trying to figure out. It's like trying to figure out how they did, how they were doing the analytics to come up with some of those numbers, these boost scores. And so there's, let's see here, like you can take a look. Let's take a look at Doug Polk. So he's got a pretty big following. He's up to almost, you can see his followers is almost up to 200,000 followers. He's gotten a lot of views lately. He's known as a guy that is really kind of attacking other people, though. And this is a guy that has some good videos, provides some good value. He has a lot of really good editing in his videos, and I think he can be funny at times. You know, I guess, you know, my thing is like, how are these? You can see the engagement, you can see like comments per view, likes per view. So there's some really interesting analytics that are pulled into this, and so you can see some of the top tags right here. You can see some of the charting, but as you can see here, I mean, he basically really just started coming on the scene in January. It was really when his like subscriber base really exploded. His views started really going up and whatnot. And so this is just this guy, taking this guy for example. So now, if we're kind of gonna go over and we're gonna, you know, give a ranking to YouTubers, I think it's very, very subjective. You know, everyone is kind of coming at some of these. A lot of people are going to have different opinions on what makes a good influencer. Now, one of the things that they were reading on here is like people that were promoting certain platforms and got burned, and so, you know, there's still kind of the fallout of BitConnect, and that has been kind of lingering and has really hurt the crypto space immensely. And I'm not going to even try to, you know, deny that. It's been, you know, right now is you know, BitConnect's under $1. You know, I lost a ton of money on that. There was a lot of people know me as a guy that was kind of coming out and trying to get a little bit more information on some of these things that were going on with some of these different platforms, and that was really something that I was interested in doing because I was heavily invested in the platform, and I wanted to find out more. I knew that it was possible. I had been in California. I had developed trading bots. I knew that the technology was possible. However, you know, a lot of the people behind the scenes were anonymous, and so it was difficult to kind of judge in terms of, you know, whether or not this was a legitimate platform or not. And I think a lot of people wanted to you know, to kind of make that case. And now that you've seen really the fallout, you see a lot of people that were maybe negative or posting videos that were critical towards some of these maybe spammer type platforms or scam type platforms, as that is really has kind of been their punchline. Like, I was watching a video on a few other. I watched several videos on YouTubers, and the you know, the BitConnect tends to be like a punchline, where it's, you know, it's become that type of element in the space. And even just looking at a guy like Doug Polk, you can see if you're looking at Doug Polk's videos. You know, I mean, he just started, you know, just recently, but the one video that really kind of put him on the map, I apologize for the noise in here, was when he started talking about BitConnect, which was in January. If we sort these by the most popular, all of his top videos are really negative videos towards BitConnect or towards other people. So this is a negative video about crypto experts, a negative video about BitConnect. This one was an interesting video. It was a negative video about top 5 altcoins, and you know, this was a video where he attacked a lot of other YouTubers and didn't even give any kind of rebuttal as to what his top 5 altcoins were. You know, again, going after Ty Lopez, going after BitConnect. This is how he built his entire channel. You know, the BitConnect gang. You know, where are they now? If we sort this by, you know, what he's done recently, and this is, you know, his last video was about BitConnect. Now, I kind of like to have a guy in the space that's going to be a little bit critical of other YouTubers. However, if that's all you're doing, you know, that can be a little bit off-putting, at least for some of the people in the space, because some of these people have been around making videos for a long time. And so I guess that was my first hesitation with some of the rankings with some of the YouTubers here. But you can see that, you know, if you're going to take a guy that was completely negative about some of these platforms and you're going to put him as number 1, that to me is a huge red flag. Now, I'm subscribed to a lot of these guys, most of these guys, I would say. There's a few that I don't know, and a few that I want to take a look at. Crypto Bobby was an interesting one. If you look at his latest video, he was getting up and talking about some different things at a blockchain event in California,
within the first 20 seconds of his speech in front of all these people, he's talking about BitConnect, which I thought was really kind of was really interesting. It's become the punchline. But if you're going to put some of these guys, well, really Doug Polk in particular, over guys like Antonopoulos, Crypto, guys have been in the space a long time. People are giving value. Crypto Tips, from a female perspective, I think should be ranked a little bit higher. I think she gives a lot of value. Richard Hart, I'm a big fan of. Some of these, though, I need to take a little bit more of an in-depth look into, and some of them have a little bit more generic names, and so I haven't had a chance to really kind of explore some of these. Chris Dunn was really good back in the day. He hasn't really done as many videos lately. Jerry Banfield provides a lot of value, but I think Jerry can be a very difficult guy to listen to, and he's kind of gotten away from doing cryptocurrency videos lately. And he's a very kind of nerdy guy, but I like Jerry. I like some of the stuff he's doing. You just really have to kind of skip through some of the stuff that he's putting out there. Amanda has been in the space a long time, but a lot of these guys, I'm gonna have to take a look. I mean, there's quite a few of these that I want to take a little bit of a more in-depth look. They don't necessarily have, maybe the subscriber base as some of these other guys. I like Ryan, kind of going through these a little bit. There's a lot to choose from here. There's a lot of people, and so I left the link in the description below, and so you guys can check that out. I think it's worth taking a look if you're looking for new YouTubers to maybe get some more information. I think this is a great resource to find new people in the space. It's probably one of the best websites that I've come across lately that really kind of catalogs all of these different people in the cryptocurrency space. And the other one that I wanted to show you guys was, it's pretty much almost the same name, is cryptoinfluencers.io. And so I think this is more like Twitter based. So if we're taking a look at this, this to me is a little bit more legit. We've got Antonopoulos, Vitalik, Eric Voorhees, Gavin. We've got some big names in the crypto space that are, and it's kind of given some different things here. So, so very interesting. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of that. I'll check in with the chat here a little bit. What's going on, Jeff, Mike, KC Crypto, Two Tacos, Adventures in Bitcoin, Crypto Goose, Delete Superman, Data Dash is good. Yeah, Data Dash is pretty good. I don't watch a whole lot of his videos, but I think that there's definitely quite a bit that I've gotten a lot of value out of. Where you been? Yeah, I've been taking a little bit of a break, I guess you could say. I was kind of getting set up here in Vietnam. I was meeting up with some people, had some people in town, and so yeah, I was taking a little bit of a break. I probably should have done video to do that, but I had some of my stuff all over the place. I'm getting a computer set up for doing some video editing. I've got a lot of video that I want to put out. Just haven't had time to do the editing and whatnot. So Crypto Lark and Crypto Candor are really good content providers. Crypto Lark is, I like the information in his videos. He's just like, he's going to be a guy that's going to appeal to a certain base. Like he's kind of like this nerdy guy, right? So but I like the information that he's putting out. I like his approach. But again, like some of these guys, like they can be a little bit difficult to listen to. I found that quite a bit when I've been going through my YouTube, because my YouTube is almost exclusively crypto personalities and whatnot. And as I'm going through the videos, and this is something I would recommend, is doing the speeding up the video to like 1.5, 1.25 or whatnot. You can skim through a lot of the content a little bit faster. You kind of have to be a little bit more attentive to listening to some of the videos, but like I would typically do that with a guy like Crypto. Crypto has been in the space a long time. He's got some great videos, and sometimes I really kind of need to skip through some of the content to kind of get some of those nuggets out of those videos.
You know, so I think that a lot of these guys, they should possibly be weighted a little bit heavier on maybe their subscribers and views, because if you're putting out content and you're getting a lot of engagement in your channel, there's something to be said for that. I don't personally have the largest following or maybe the best engagement. I don't do really the thumbnails. I would like to get kind of more into that. I haven't been doing as much of the video editing. A lot of that stuff takes a lot of time, and if you're in the space and you're starting to if you're new to making cryptocurrency videos, or you're kind of wanting to be a personality in the space, you understand that it's a lot of work, and a lot of the times you kind of need to get to the point where you can hire help. So there's a lot of talk in the space. There's not a whole lot of credibility per se. A lot of these guys are they're just making videos, and so I think that this is a good initial step. And so I don't want to try to say this is kind of negative, but I think that if we're going to look at if the way that they had kind of made the boost score is they're automatically giving a 1 score to people that promoted BitConnect, for example. So I think that if you're looking at a guy like Trevon, and you're going to discount him and you're going to give him a score of 1 when he's got this massive following and a lot of people are really engaged with his content, I really don't see that as being maybe the best indicator. I think a lot of people will get a lot of value out of guys like Trevon, like Craig, that were kind of big promoters in BitConnect. There's Crypto Nick, was another one. Ryan Hildreth. A lot of these guys, have been under fire from guys like Doug Polk, but or other personalities, and some of it is going to be expected with what's been going on with BitConnect recently, because a lot of people are just looking at it as it was a big Ponzi exit scam, and I'm still trying to find more information on what's been going on. If I take a lot of heat for that, so be it. I've been in communication with a lot of people in the community. There still was and is a community there. No one really knows kind of what's been going on, but there's been multiple reports of people that had like Bitcoin per se, like in their BitConnect account, and had it in there weeks, sometimes months after the platform went down, and we're still able to withdraw it. And so if you're there's just too many things that just don't make sense when you're looking at some of these different things, and a lot of people are quick to jump to conclusions that that maybe don't have all of the information. I'm going to be continuing to try to get more information on that entire situation, as it was something that I was heavily involved in, since August. I want to, at least do my part to figure out, what happened. I mean, I think that's something that kind of needs to be done, and I'm willing to kind of to come out here and try and figure it out. So. They should be under fire. They represented a company that caused incredible damage. Yeah, I'm not denying that. I think that one of the things that I'm going to try to shed some light on is that we don't really know the full extent of what happened. And the story that we were given was that they were under attack. They were getting DDoS attacks. They and ultimately had to shut down just an aspect of their platform that caused a massive drop in price, and it ended up being this gigantic loss of value in the crypto space that impacted people immensely. And I think that a lot of people have really shied away from platforms that have any similarities to that, as they're seeing as that as a huge risk. And what I want to do is I want to try to, you know, I want to try to be a guy that's coming into the space that's gonna try to shed some more light on that. Like that was one of my primary reasons for coming out here. So I was trying to find out more about the platform, the technology behind it, and I refused to believe that it was set up as something that was with the intent to injure all of these people. A lot of people did get hurt, you know, significantly by this, but I want to. I just want to find out more. I mean, the website's still up. A lot of people the coin has become delisted. It's, you know, it's lost all its value. I mean, let's take a look. Jeez. Last time I looked, it was like 80 cents or something. It's easy to throw stones. It's a different you know dynamic if you're actually gonna try to figure out what actually happened. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. It's at $1. So I saw this at about 80, between 80 and 90 cents last night. Last time I checked, but you can see the market cap is is below 10 million. The rank is around between the 4 and 500. I think law enforcement will figure it out. One thing law enforcement is going to be looking at it from their own country's perspective, and this was a worldwide phenomenon. It was a coin that was all over the world, had communities all over the world, and if you're gonna isolate the law enforcement to going after a particular some of the people that were behind it. I know for a fact a lot of the promoters, felt like they were pawns in the whole situation, and they're still looking for answers. And a lot of them are turning to me and asking me, if I've heard anything, if I know what's going on. But I lost a lot of money in the platform. I'm still trying to figure things out. But that was something that was huge in terms of the what people are judging in terms of like who you're gonna bring on as or who you should follow as crypto influencers. If you were a guy that was involved in a platform like this and didn't have all of the answers, and you were kind of involved in this multi-level marketing scheme, I think that's what people are looking at. And you saw some people that made out very, very well from the platform. They made a lot of money in the platform. So there was even more people that were hurt. I don't agree with using these lists like that. This is like China social credit. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a funny point because I was looking at that social credit thing that they're doing in China. That's an interesting element. It's at the end of the day, it's somebody's opinion, and I think what they're trying to involve some metrics or some analytics, But I think for me, when I'm looking at it, I was like, as soon as I kind of started the rankings, and then I was like, really, you're going to put some of these people at the top over these people? It's kind of like, I have a sports background, so if you're going to, kind of, maybe compare it to sports or whatnot, you're going to take, some people that were, maybe the, I don't know if that's the best comparison, but like, you've got a lot of people are wanting to compare like, Jordan versus LeBron versus, Kobe, as kind of some of the bigger, like who is better, who is, who's providing more value, I guess, in a way. So there's been people that have been in the crypto space, a long time. They've been doing videos. There's people that have just come on the scene and have just started doing videos. I think everyone's got a little bit of a different angle, and I think that I think what I liked about the website is there's a lot of people to choose from, and that's I think options is good. I think going through here and finding some of these people. I mean, a lot of these guys, like I'm subscribed to a lot of these guys. I would just maybe ignore some of the rankings. I think the rankings are, something that they're, I think that's just a little bit too subjective at this point. I mean, Superman in particular came under a lot of fire, when he was on when he was on a live stream, and basically he was communicating with someone on Skype, and a message came up where he's getting offered 2 Bitcoin to shill a particular ICO project or whatnot. I think a lot of people are have their coins and their cryptocurrencies and their projects that they're going to be promoting, and I think that there's always going to be that. If you have an incentive to talk about a certain platform and promote certain platforms and kind of kind of educate people on some of those aspects, it's you're going to see this as something that's going to kind of grow in the space. I'm looking, for me personally, like I want to be a very credible person in the space. Like, I don't like the fact that I'm in basically, let's take a look at the spam influencers. So these are some of the people, like I don't know this Crypto Gnome or Money Glitch God, Electric Crypto. Like I don't know some of these guys, but then you start looking and there's a lot of BitConnect people. I still watch Craig's videos. Crypto Nick has fallen off the map. Crypto J puts out a lot of really professional content, and there's a few other guys here that were involved. But I mean, if you're going to have Trevon as having a 1 ranking, I don't know. Ryan Hildreth recently kind of did away with a lot of his videos. Crypto Chick was one that really kind of came under fire. He just kind of put in a very attractive woman who doesn't really know a whole lot about the space, and kind of putting her in front of a camera and having her talk crypto. I don't know. Jedi Knight, a lot of people had a lot of respect for Jedi Knight, and he's recently kind of taken a lot of his videos offline and taken a break. He's talking to him, he felt really let down by the whole situation with BitConnect, because a lot of us as people that were involved with the platform, we kind of put our trust into the unknown. It was still a very new space. 2017 was a huge year, and crypto really just blowing up, and so. So things are gonna start changing. I was having some interesting conversations where, I think you saw the lending platforms really kind of go away. A lot of these people were involved. Like, a lot of the people that you're seeing in this spam category were people that were involved in lending platforms. People, multi-level marketing aspects to some of these different cryptocurrencies. I've been talking quite a bit with a few different people about how. We're kind of seeing the next evolution of crypto is kind of going into proof of stake coins that have like kind of the way that they're written or designed is they're going to be kind of like the lending platform. And then I'm kind of hearing the other end of the spectrum, where people are saying that that's going to be the new level of cryptocurrency scams that we may end up seeing. It's like proof of stake type coins that that may scam at some point. So it's something I want to do a lot more research on, and I think for those of you that have been following me, and my advice has always been more in diversification in a lot of the smaller alt currencies and those markets, getting into a lot of different exchanges, because the exchanges can go down as well. Because a lot of people are really negative about what happened with BitConnect, and they're going into the exchange markets. Now a lot of people are having skepticism in that element, that you might see a Mt. Gox type scenario where the platform goes down. So it's a very dynamic thing that's going on here, and I think it definitely pays to do some of your due diligence. I think what a lot of people are doing is they're putting their trust in a lot of these people that are giving their perspectives, that are giving their experiences with some of these platforms, and if they go wrong, that they're placing the blame. It's your fault. It's your fault that this happened. you know, I trusted in you. I got a lot of those messages when BitConnect went down. And these were people that weren't even, you know, signed up with me. Like you know, they were signed up with other people, you know, and but they were placing the blame with me. There's been a lot of talk with you know, the proof of weak hands. You know, that's one that you've seen. You know, Craig, Trevon, a few other guys kind of get into recently. I've been wanting to do a little bit more research on that. I guess the affiliate, they kind of have like an affiliate structure to it. I've done X and whatnot, and let's spread your risk. You know, that is going to be, I think, your best strategy in 2018. You know, there's been a lot of things that were posted online, like you put $1,000 in Ripple, and at the beginning of 2017, it would have turned into $335,000. You put $1,000 into Neo, it was worth like $500,000. And so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at a lot of different projects, a lot of different technologies, kind of seeing how they perform, and saying, you know what, let's run with these. I think that these are good projects. I think these are ones that I can stand behind. So you know, again, like I need to do more research to kind of give my audience more insights into some of these projects, but I'm gonna get back into that here as I kind of get my office set up. I was actually here. I want to show you guys this a little bit. This is a whole like brand new complex. You know, they've got. I was actually looking to buy a desk here. It was like a sit-stand desk, goes up and down, from a guy that lives here, and trying to set up an office space. But you're seeing some of these are some interesting projects. You're seeing this in Asia. It's maybe like Chinese in origin, or Chinese investors or whatnot, but these huge mega projects that are kind of like a city in themselves. It's got a hospital right in the middle of the complex. It's got some parks and things here. It's, you know, again, here in Saigon, it's very motorbike. It's just like nothing but motorbikes. But yeah, I can't wait until this bad boy is complete. This is going to be a really interesting area. But this guy that I was trying to buy this desk from, he has a view of all of downtown Saigon, the water, everything's just gorgeous. And it was $750 a month. He's up on like the 46th floor, I think it was. There's definitely just some awesome deals. Cost of living's a lot lower here, and there's a lot of advantages to being out here in Asia. So I'm gonna check in with the chat a little bit, maybe take a few more questions, and then get off the live stream. Yeah, there's a lot of discussion with the, you know, this, you know, proof of weak hands. I've talked to some people that are very against it, think that it's you know, it's the next, you know, kind of level of scams, and unfortunately the people that are kind of in it, that have gotten into it, kind of have a little bit of history there. You know, I'm trying to be subjective as I can, because I know that some people are, you know, doing pretty well with the platform. I would recommend, if you're going to get into it, not to put a whole lot in initially and try to diversify. That's kind of has been the BitConnect X staking reward. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I know there's some people here that know staking a lot better than I do, and I've talked with a few people that are starting to stake BCCX and haven't received their rewards yet. So I want to look into that a little bit more, because there's some people that know it a lot better than I do. Clover, if I were you, the last thing I would associate with publicly is anything that should turn out to be another BitConnect. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I'm trying to. That's why, like, I feel like I was very over-invested in BitConnect, and part of that was me coming out here, being involved with the platform, being really involved with a lot of the people that were behind the scenes. So I became over-invested because I was here, and I was kind of seeing it firsthand, and I was, so that was, a little bit of
a mistake on my part. I was way over invested in the platform. I was anticipating it was going to be around a lot longer than it was, with all of the negative things that that happened in early January. I thought it was that they were going to be able to handle that, and apparently they weren't. So again, it was unfortunate with what happened, and I'm trying to do my best to basically get my audience back on track. Crypto needs volume and new money. Did too many get burnt, and will be years before we see serious growth trust again? Could be, like we saw this in 2013, where you saw the huge bubble where it came up to $1,000, $1,100, and then really was kind of down and dipped, and it was kind of the first wave of adoption. You saw a lot of people kind of get into it, and we saw this again back in December of this year, like basically a 4-year time period, and it really got hit hard in early January. And that's, I think, one of the things I'm maybe holding out hope for, is that if we see the crypto markets really recover in May, June, July of this year, where maybe we see Bitcoin get over 15,000, maybe start to maybe hit a new all-time high. It's been a long time since we've seen an all-time high with Bitcoin. Perhaps that might change the cryptocurrency landscape a little bit. There's a video of a guy mining BCCX. Okay. I'll have to look into some of this stuff. Check out the Abyss. Alrighty. And social wallet. Yeah, I need to look into social wallet. That was one. I've had a couple of people that have talked to me about that. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. So if you guys have questions and comments, I'm trying my best to kind of get back to them. You guys can reach out and email me and get in touch with me that way. Leave some comments in the comment section below. We'll catch you on the next video. I'm gonna try to do these, maybe around this time every day, get back into doing daily videos. All right, guys, take it easy.